Welcome to the Truth About Inclusion on the LOQW podcast. Inclusion isn't just a buzzword. It's about belonging, being heard, and truly taking part in your community. But for many people with developmental disabilities, real inclusion is still out of reach. Today, we're diving into the barriers they face, the opportunities that exist, and the everyday actions that make inclusion possible. This episode isn't just about awareness. It's about understanding the truth and what we can all do to make a difference. So what does inclusion really mean in daily life? Inclusion isn't just about access. It's about belonging, participation, and being valued. In daily life, it means people with developmental disabilities can attend school or work alongside others without unnecessary barriers, take part in community activities, clubs, and social events, and have their voices heard and respected in decisions that affect them. It's the difference between simply being there and truly being part of the community. People with developmental disabilities still face real barriers every day. In the workplace, opportunities can be limited, accommodations may be lacking, and misconceptions about abilities can hold people back. In social spaces, physical inaccessibility, social stigma, and a lack of inclusive activities can make it harder to fully participate. These challenges show why intentional inclusion is so important. To put things in perspective, only about 20% of adults with developmental disabilities are employed full-time in integrated settings. That means most adults with developmental disabilities aren't getting the same opportunities to contribute their skills and talents in workplaces alongside their peers. Data from more than 25,000 adults with developmental disabilities show that only about 1 in 4 participates in groups, organizations, or communities, online or in person. About 37% want to be part of more groups in the community, and nearly 44% say they want help making or keeping in contact with friends. These findings show that while many people with developmental disabilities want deeper social connection and engagement, the opportunities and support to make that happen don't always exist. Stats like these help listeners understand that inclusion isn't just a concept. It's a real gap between desire and opportunity for meaningful social life. Many people with developmental disabilities want community participation, friendships, and engagement, but barriers, like lack of accessible social groups, transportation, support, or inclusive outreach, can get in the way. So now that we've explored what inclusion really means, the barriers people face, and the importance of community participation, the big question is, what can we do about it? How can each of us help make inclusion a reality every day? That's where everyday acts come in. Inclusion isn't just a big policy or program. It happens every day in small actions we take and the choices we make. Let's break it down into 3 simple, powerful acts. First, be mindful of language and assumptions. The words we use matter. Avoid labels that define someone by their disability. Instead of assuming what someone can or cannot do, ask and listen. For example, rather than saying, "He's limited by his disability," try saying, "He contributes in ways that matter to the team." That shift in thinking and language changes the way we see and include each other. Second, make spaces accessible, both physically and socially. Physical accessibility is obvious. Ramps, clear pathways, signage. But social accessibility matters too. Invite people with developmental disabilities to events, conversations, or activities. Something as simple as explaining instructions clearly or asking how someone wants to participate can make them feel seen and welcomed. Third, show kindness, respect, and curiosity. Treat people with developmental disabilities as individuals first, not defined by labels. Ask questions, celebrate achievements, and learn from their experiences. Even small gestures, like checking in before helping or inviting someone into a conversation, can make a huge difference. Every day, we have the power to make inclusion real, through our words, our spaces, and our actions. Here's your challenge. Today, do one small thing to make someone feel included. Invite someone to join a conversation, offer a helping hand without assuming, or simply notice the language you use. Small acts add up, and each one helps build a community where everyone belongs. Remember, inclusion isn't a moment, it's a journey. We're here, then, now, always. Take that step today.